Mr. Trimble?
I'm here.
It's hard to see you. Oh, it's you.
You remember me. I remember you. You flew me and my associates to Hilton Head.
A month ago, wasn't it?
Indeed, it was. I knew you would be my pilot tonight.
Well, let's find our plane.
It's this here. You look surprised.
I haven't flown one of these since flight school in Pennsylvania. Oh, I'll be all right. I have my night rating, but I'm just not current with this plane like I am with other aircraft.
Sal was right.
How's that?
My associate, Sal, told Mr. Lee that you're not afraid to take chances.
Every pilot takes chances. Calculated risks, really. When you fly an airplane, you get used to taking your life in your hands.
And mine, too.
Let's get going. Seatbelt fastened?
Yes.
It seems weird to leave topsail so late at night. Why do you want to go at this time?
It wasn't my decision. It's a matter of convenience. Before you arrived, your cargo was loaded in the plane. That's the important thing that must get to Ocracoke. Overnight.
What is my cargo, if I may ask?
Certainly. It's a few antiques, a silk, and a painting. There is an interested buyer for them who doesn't want it known that he has them.
Some were, what's the word? Stolen?
Misappropriated.
You sound like a lawyer. But you're the escort to make sure I do my duty.
I also have business in Ocracoke for Mr. Lee. I must bid on some things at a foreclosure sale. Mr. Lee is a dealer in art and antiques.
He doesn't go to the sales himself?
He does go to some. He bids at many places in the East Coast, but not this one. It wouldn't look good.
Why?
He's a well-recognized and high-ranking bank officer who handles foreclosures for Atlantic Coast Bank.
And Atlantic Coast Bank foreclosed on the property, forcing a foreclosure sale. It would look like he was using his power at the bank to take possession of people's valuables for himself.
You understand? I'm an agent.
If he bids at places all over the East Coast, he must run a big organization for himself.
He does. In fact, he has assets and people in places all over the East Coast. That's how he found you.
I remember. Your friend liked my flying back in Jacksonville.
You mean Salvatore? Yes, he was impressed, but you were already on the radar for Mr. Lee.
What do you mean? How could he?
You see, Mr. Lee controls a large share of your former employer's company. What's it called? Pilot something.
Pilots Cooperative.
What your boss put in your file there got Mr. Lee's attention. He saw that your willingness to risk came with a price.
Well, it should.
I've heard that you bargained well with Sylvia.
Sylvia? That was her name?
Sylvia Lee, Mr. Lee's wife, is his attorney too.
Son of a... I was pretty rude to her.
Relax. It didn't get you in trouble.
It's just that lawyers rub me the wrong way. I never saw my father cry until a lawyer handed him the papers that forced him to sell our home. I saw it strip away all his hope for a happy retirement.
How old were you then?
I had just married and had my first flying job in Ohio. About 24, 25. I wanted to help Dad out, but he would have none of it. You take care of your wife first, he always said.
Right. Why did your father have to sell the house?
Not long before Mom died. Dad was injured at work and couldn't return to the same job that paid the mortgage. But Mom was an artist and taught college art classes part-time. Her pay helped to make up the difference that Dad couldn't. Then, when she died,
I'm sorry. Where did you say your father lived?
Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Mr. Lee was originally from Pennsylvania.
Really?
I remember him talking about the positions he held at a bank, Heritage Bank.
That was the bank that held Dad's mortgage.
How soon will we be landing at Ocracoke?
About 20 minutes. I want to go back and see the house. Maybe take a picture and give it to
We need to
Dad.
unload before sunup, so we are not identified.
What if we are caught?
Sylvia, Attorney Lee, has our backs, and will get us out if necessary.
I can remember where our house was, on Marietta Avenue. A handsome old house just a short walk from the college. Our neighbor was an English professor there.
Have you been there recently?
No, I've visited Dad a couple of times, but I didn't get back to the old homestead.
Things change. Progress.
I should show Dad a picture of the house now.
What if it's not there?
Huh? Why wouldn't it be? Wait a minute. You know something, don't you?
Perhaps.
You've been to Lancaster recently, haven't you?
I suppose I have, on business.
Business for Mr. Lee? I thought so.
I know I'll be showing a painting of a house to a potential buyer. There's a street sign on the painting that says Marietta Avenue, but the house in the painting is no longer there.
How would you know the house isn't there?
Well, the address now belongs to the Antique Palace Hotel, owned by Mr. Lee.
What address?
971 Marietta Avenue.
My homestead.
The buyer made an offer and is eager to examine the painting. But, I think he'll be disappointed.
Why is that?
It's not signed by the artist.
I remember Mom was working on a painting of our house. She always signed paintings before she sold them.
Then, it's not your mother's painting.
Unless she wasn't finished with it, or didn't intend to sell it. It was for us, for the family.
But there's no way to prove that it's your mother's work.
I would know. Dad would know.
Did you say something?
Nothing. Somehow, I've got to get that painting.